Hi, there's a few people I come across that are just a little bit cautious about using the cloud. They think it's something new. There are some people that I come across that are just a little bit uncertain of using the cloud. They see it as new technology, something which is a little bit different, and understandably just a little bit cautious about using it because they don't understand what's going on. Well, in actual fact, the cloud technology has been around for quite some time. If you're using email, you're already using cloud. Using a phone, you're already using a cloud. Even if it's just one of these standard old-fashioned type phones where you pick the handset up to talk to someone, because you're using technology that is distant from wherever you are. The core computers which drive your phone network, you don't get to see, and you connect to them over the phone network and they route your calls around to wherever they need to go. So in that sense, you're already using the cloud. The cloud in reality is just using somebody else's computer with a connection via the internet. So it's really not that much different. And the idea of being remote, it isn't that much different to what's already going on anyway. Let me just show you something. I've got here the motherboard out of a computer. This is just an ordinary computer. I've started pulling it apart. There's the heatsink. Here we have the actual CPU itself, which when I pull it out, you can see is pretty small. Even smaller on the inside, you can see all those little pins which are in there. It's constructed with what they now call 14 nanometer technology. In other words, the lines that they etch to make all the transistors and circuitry inside there are just 14 nanometers wide. That doesn't mean a lot to us, it's just a number. But if we scaled that up so that that 14 nanometer etching was about the width of a pencil line, then this chip suddenly becomes 17 kilometres square, just the sizing of it. Now, if we take a person and scale them up the same way, if they lay down to go to sleep, they'd stretch between Brisbane and Sydney. In fact, they just have to tuck their legs up a bit to fit in between, just a little bit over. So, from digital technology's perspective, when things are so small, we are already remote from the actual workings of the computer itself. So the computer, it doesn't really care if you're in the same room or you're in the same country. As long as you've got the connections going into it, it just does its job. So the cloud is really just using somebody else's computer with the connection over the internet. And that's really all you need to know. So the real question is not, are we going to use the cloud, but it's actually, how are we going to use the cloud? The answer to that question does vary from business to business, but there are principles which cut across. So we'll talk about those principles and we'll give you an idea as to what to do, but they run around the ideas of security, accessibility, what you want to get out to whatever places, what you need to have, what you need to protect, all of those sorts of things. So they're the sorts of questions that we can answer and can help you with and help businesses with their journey in utilising the cloud.